I started playing guitar when I was in 2nd grade, and then kind of just took lessons at Midwest Drum, and then I went to School of Rock, a local, like, you get to like cover songs and stuff, and you like, get to perform them. Like, we performed at the Orpheum, the Cotillion, the Crown.
My very first time like getting into like guitar or whatever, it was like, it was about 7 years ago when I had like my like little first act acoustic guitar that had like purple strings on it, so that was like super cool. But like ever since then, like I just like bought cooler guitars from there.
Ever since I was little, I always would play some type of instrument, whether it was the recorder or the piano. But ever since I discovered like the guitar, that was just like my calling, and I've been playing guitar for about 5 years now.
Like the drummers I idolized as a kid were probably Dave Grohl, Neil Peart, and Danny Carey probably. My mom got me a kit when I was in 1st grade, and I started taking lessons in 2nd grade. And I joined School of Rock with Paul, and I met Somong there, and we didn't have a lot of say what we like did at School of Rock, and we wanted to form our own band so we can have a little bit more musical freedom.
Jack, Paul, and I, we always wanted to start a band just because we felt really limited on like what we could do with School of Rock. But I don't think that we actually like decided to go through with it until we went to like an actual show in Wichita, and that was Block Party 5. And that was like really cool to see because we weren't expecting like a whole bunch of kids to like dance around and like have a lot of fun. I was like, never done this before, and it was like a kind of energy that I've never felt before. It was like really cool. So like once we like went to that show, I think we all decided to just like put this band together.
I would say Valleyview's music is kind of prog rock in a way. Like we have like some time signatures that are kind of different, and it kind of has some Tool vibes and some like riffs, and that haven't really thought of like what genre are we, but I think it's just the awesome genre.
Valleyview would probably be like alternative rock. Yeah, I don't really think. Yeah, it's just kind of alternative rock, I guess.
I would say emo, but that's too associated with like My Chemical Romance and those genres. But like emo, like the like Sunny Day Real Estate or Jawbreaker, so something like that.
It feels pretty good to have music finally out for like people to hear. Mostly because like before we had music out, I always tell like all my friends, be like, hey, like you should come out to one of my shows and watch us play, but like they would have like no idea like what we sounded like, so they'd be like walking into a show blindly, like not really knowing what to expect.
We want to be able to write something better and new than that. We hold that really high in like our hearts, like because it's like something we created, and we think it's really awesome that we're able to do that, and that we're in like it's also really cool that we're so young and we're getting able to do that and having all these opportunities. And so like to make something better and just to one up ourselves is I think the main goal. I think for us being so young, it's a more of a benefit because we have a lot more time to grow and expand our music, and just a lot more time to develop our sound and develop like our art. If we like have people that like us or not, and we can develop a almost following a little bit. So I think it's cool that we're probably one of the youngest in the scene in Wichita right now.
I feel like because we have music out now, people have taken us a little bit more seriously, because before we were just like some kids being like, hey, you should come to our show like tonight or whatever, like but I feel like having music out really like helped us along with like like spreading like the sound of Valleyview out to people or whatever.
Making music is more than just portraying your emotions. It's more of like building a community, and I've always wanted to be a part of that.
The Wichita music scene is fantastic. Like seeing Kill Vargas, that was like one reason why I really wanted to do be a band. Like seeing Tideway, The Caves, all local artists, and like you can see Wichita growing so much, and it's gonna be like Seattle or Houston or Washington DC music scenes, and Wichita's gonna be big, and like the art is magnificent. It's wonderful. So I just can't wait to see Wichita grow and new bands form.
Now that I've experienced some of the like Wichita music scene, I feel like everyone is so supportive of each other, and they're all just like one big family, and they're all just respect everyone's music tastes. And
for me, the Wichita music scene is probably my biggest like influence right now. Just because like my first show was when I saw Kill Vargas at it was a block party, and I was like, man, I really want to do that. I mean, I didn't know there was so much of a scene, and so I kept on going to more shows. I'm like, man, this is like really making me like, that was one of the biggest driving influences for me us creating a band. They let us in with open arms, basically. Like Connor Eves from Small Talk and Junior Retreat, he let us have our second ever show at his house, and it was really cool for just some random dudes letting us play.
I think in the future for Valleyview, what we're wanting to do is release an album. As we get older, I really want to like do more tours and stuff. Like, we haven't like toured at all, like even done like a weekend run or at anything. So I like the whole idea of a tour, and I just want to just go out in places and play music other than like Wichita.
My favorite part of playing a show is seeing people dance to my music and people singing to the words. I think it's kind of really cool to see people that can draw a connection to something that I find so personal.
I think my favorite part is just playing music with my best friends. Like people always tell me like Valleyview is a little different from like any other band that they've seen, because we're not just people playing music together. Like, we're like best friends doing this, and I feel like a lot of people can see that like on stage. Like, we're not just like just playing music just to play music. Like, we're doing this together, like as a team.